butt, pretty much just driving straight forward. So, I mean, it's pretty much your basic breakdown. Right off the whistle, you're just going to chop that arm straight in. Once you chop that arm in, you're grabbing that wrist and you're controlling that arm. You got a 2-on-1. And whenever I break a guy down from the top, most of my breakdowns, I make sure I'm up on my toes. I don't want to stay down on my knees. I got more power when I'm up on my toes. So once I chop that arm, I pop up my toes right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive it forward. I took one of those arms out of his base, and I'm going to run right towards that shoulder. Once I pop that arm in, I'm going to drive it forward, and I'm taking him in the butt with that knee. I'm taking him straight down to the mat. Now when I finish, I'm not here. I'm right here on both knees. I'm covering over top of him so he can't go anywhere. All right, I'm controlling his upper half, I'm controlling his lower half. All right, so again, chop that arm, bring it in, up on your toes, kick him in the butt with your knee, drive straight to that shoulder. Cover. All right, once he's covered, he's going to belly down. Once he bellies down, you're just going to hop over when you throw that boot in. The best way to throw that boot in is actually down the belly. The way I like to throw my boot in is I like to keep that forearm right on his head. I want to keep his body flat and on that mat so he can't move. Now if I don't cover that head, he's just going to step up, back up to his base, and we'll start all over again. All right, so when I'm throwing that boot in, forearm across the head, my chest is on his back, and I'm putting all my weight into the top of his body. Now the way I throw that boot in is, if you guys notice, my knee is right in where his hip is, right underneath that hip. Back leg is just going to scoop up right above that knee, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift that leg, throw my boot in. Okay, so again, forearm back of the head, chest on his back, knees in his hip, back leg's just going to scoop, like a scoop right above that, actually right below that knee. And scoop it up, kind of lift it onto my other leg. And I got the boot in. All right, so again, forearm, chest on the back, got that knee in the hip, and scoop with my free leg right below that knee, and throw my boot in. All right? So again, arm chop. You're going to run that knee up on your toes, run that knee in the butt, take it straight down. Cover with your knees, going to belly down. I'm going to jump over, forearm to the back of the head, chest on his back, knees in the hip, lift that leg, throw your boot in, you're going to finish right there. All right? Second breakdown, just a normal spiral ride. Get off the whistle, you're popping right at that elbow, arm that's on the belly, it's going to pop that knee right on the inner thigh, okay? And once you're there, you're just going to pop up to your toes, and you're going to spin and break that hip down. Most important part of that spiral ride is your left. As you notice, my elbow stays nice and tight to that hip. So when I spin around, I take that leg away from that arm, I pop my elbow down, and that's what's breaking the hip down. All right? So if you watch, I'm pulling, and then pop with that hip. That's what brings him down. Once he bellies down, same thing. Hop over, form the back of the head, chest on the back. See how the knee's already posted? Lift that knee up, throw that boot in. Again, spiral ride breakdown. Pop the elbow, pop that inner thigh, right above that knee. You're taking them apart. Take the knee one way, arm the other. Up on your toes, and you're spinning. And I'm popping with that elbow on that hip. Once he bellies down, I jump over, take the forearm straight to the head, scoop that leg up, and we're finishing here. Okay? So you got arm chop, cover, throw the boot in, spiral ride. He bellies down, throw the boot in. Next two breakdowns is from a claw ride. Now from your claw, all you're doing is you're dipping that shoulder underneath his armpit. You're getting a nice tight grip on the back of his trap. Okay? So off the whistle, what you want to do is dip, grab, nice and tight, and just hold it. Now it freaks you out a little bit, because whenever someone grabs up, dips that shoulder down, and grabs that trap on me, pulls that arm in, you just want to hit that roll. Now I want him to hit that roll because that roll is going to actually hit the move for me. I don't have to do anything except just follow him. So again, dip the shoulder down, get it nice and tight. If he goes to pinch and roll, I follow. And if you guys notice, when I follow, I'm nice and tight. I'm hip to hip with him. Okay? You can't be loose. You can't be loose when you hit this claw right. You got to stay nice and tight, like a leash. So you dip the shoulder down, pop that, grab that trap, squeeze it nice and tight. Free arm, the arm that's on the belly, I like to tuck right underneath on that inside thigh. You just hold it there. Then I got control on both sides. All right, he goes to hit that roll, nice and tight. And if you guys notice, right when I get to my back, before I go to roll him over, I can slide that boot in right there. Once I slide that boot in, start counting my near fall. So again, dip the shoulder under the armpit, get it nice and tight. Arm on the belly, inside of that thigh. All right, once he hits that roll, as I'm rolling over, you guys notice how that leg pops on the outside, puts that boot in. Okay, pull him straight to his back, count some near fall, and let him belly down. Once he bellies down, you got the boot in already. So again, you got to make sure you dip that shoulder nice and low because you got to get it nice and tight on that claw. All right, if you're too short here, just going to reach up and peel those hands off. All right, if you're nice and tight and up high, it's going to be harder for him to reach up and grab that hand and peel it off. Okay, so dip that shoulder nice and low under that armpit. So dip, grab it, he goes to roll. As you're rolling over, throw that boot in, pinch your knees, pull him straight to his back. Count your near fall, let him belly down. And again, a very important part of it when you have that boot in is pinching those knees together. All right, because you want to stay nice and tight, you want to control them. So when I'm rolling, I throw that boot in there, then I pinch my knees nice and tight so he can't go anywhere. If I'm loose, he's going to have room to scramble and get out. Okay? If I pinch those legs nice and tight, he has nowhere to go. All right? Count your near fall, belly's down, got your boot, and we can go into returns. Fourth breakdown. Same claw ride, but instead of letting him roll, pinch that arm and roll you through, we're actually going to stand up, come across, step through, and actually hit this breakdown ourselves. So once you have that claw nice and tight, you're going to stand up, actually just going to kind of crouch up, right to about a squatting position, leg in the back, just going to step over and block his heel. Notice how my toe is pointed? I don't want it pointed this way. I want it pointed towards the wall. Okay? Once it's pointed there, the free leg in the back is going to pop through and kick him in the ribs. Right? Once you kick him in the ribs, you claw your hip, boot's already in, get your near fall, get your count, your belly's down, go straight to returns. So again, fourth breakdown. Dip the shoulder, get the claw, come up to a squatting position. All right, you step over and you block that toe, you block that leg. Free leg's actually already by the rib cage. You're just going to punch him straight through. Punch, throw that boot in, pull him in nice and tight, pinch those knees, get your near fall, he rolls to his belly. Start returns. So again, all four breakdowns. Arm chop,